Let's watch a video of our homie VTuber. The only Wuthering Wave Eco guide you will ever need. I tried to read about this and it was so messy. It fried my brain.
Greetings, Rovers. I've noticed a ton of confusion in my Discord and in YouTube comments lately regarding how exactly echoes work in Wuthering Waves. Today I'm going to do a quick crash course for you guys so you all have a better understanding and a fundamental grasp on the concept. I understand
Oh, I saw some cake.
it seems intimidating at first with all the various differing verbiages and whatnot, but I promise you it's very, very, very simple. And in this guide, I'm going to treat you like 5-year-olds. That way, everyone can understand it. Echoes
Participate.
ultimately can be seen as gear you equip to your character, such as relics and artifacts from Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. You can obtain
Yeah, but why is it like animal shaped? Like, oh wait. Oh, you can summon them.
echoes by defeating monsters and bosses out in the world and have a chance to absorb them once defeated. This chance scales based on
Oh, it's like Pokemon.
your databank, which increases levels based on how many unique echoes you have previously captured. This encourages you to go out and farm and collect as many echoes and rarities as possible.
Oh, I hope the farm of the Echo is not... You don't need to use any resin or stuff because it's gonna be really nasty.
In order to regularly have a chance to catch those 5-star echoes. What is a 5-star echoes? Well, echoes, upon being captured, all come in a specific rank. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you will not be able to catch higher rank echoes until you level up your databank, which means you will need to do some initial farming to actually be able to catch high-end echoes.
Yeah, like to catch a 5-star Echo, you need to have at least, let's say, 200 in your Pokédex or something. Echo do not require resin. Oh, so you can spend the day hunting. That's amazing.
So the ranks that I just talked about being 2, which are designated as green, and can only level up to level 10. These level 2 echoes can only have 0 substats, which means leveling them up, you will not gain any substats, you will only increase the main stat. Level 3, which are designated as blue, and can only level up to level 15. These can have 3 substats, 5 per level. 4.
Okay, and let's say is every echo. Let's say you have like 2 echo of the same monster. Do they have like different substats?
Which are designated as purple and can only level up to a maximum level up.
This game looks so much like Genshin. The UI basically the same. Yes, this is a kind of like Genshin. We say a lot of bad stuff about Genshin, but they did something really good. Is the UI. The UI of Genshin. Yes, if you have the same echo, you can get different element of it. Oh, so you will have like to farm so many times the same one to have what you want. But you don't use resin, so it's fucked up, but still like better than nothing.
20 can have 4 substats, and you guessed it, level 5, which are designated as gold and can level up to a maximum level of 25. These can have 5 substats and is the high
I guessed it right.
end of all the echoes that you will be looking to farm. As I mentioned earlier, as echoes level up, their main stat increases, and every 5 levels gain a new substat. This all depends on the echo class, which we will get into next. So
we can run and have like we can glide, and I saw like a grappling. I saw them in the first having a grappling.
there are 4 echo classes. Commons, which cost 1, Elite, which cost 3, Overlord, which cost 4, and Calamity, which also cost 4. There are a total of 5 echo slots on your character, and you can only have a maximum cost of echoes up to 10 to begin with, although once you have upgraded your databank sufficiently enough, you can have a cost of 12. Alright, so this basically means that once you have leveled up your databank high enough to have a cost of 12 echoes to be associated on your character, it's just basic math at that point, which means you could have something like 4 3-star echoes for 4, 8, 12 to max out on your echo slots. Although if you did something like that, you would be majorly gimping yourself, as you would not be taking advantage.
You can have like 2 5-star and 1 2-star. Yeah, you have like 12 if you max your Pokédex
of the 4 set bonuses that Echoes provide. So realistically, unless something major changes with how the ecosystem works, or there's any significant nerfs or buffs, you're going to be wanting to run a 4-cost Echo, a 3, a 3, a 1, and a 1. This gives you up to the cap of 12, and also gives you 5 Echoes.
This came from nowhere, what the fuck?
to gain stats and substats from. Obviously, this will also unlock the 2-set bonus, assuming you have put specific echoes with the specific bonuses that match together. So the first echo slot on your character is what's called your active echo slot. Each echo has a unique attack, ability, or buff, which can be used to enhance your in-combat experience. The order of the rest does not matter. Each echo has 2 primary stats and up to 5 substats. The possible primary stats are, for common class, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage.
So the 2 main stats are probably the same, but the substats aren't the same.
For the elite class, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, energy regen percentage, or an elemental damage boost. Keep in mind, this is not a flat all elemental damage boost. It will have to pick from one of the elements, and you will not be receiving all of them. So it will be one specific elemental damage boost. Next up, we have the Overlord and Calamity class, which both have complete overlap with HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, crit rate percentage, crit damage percentage, or healing bonus percentage. So as the Overlord and Calamity class are the only one that could have the crit rate percentage.
This little one is like super useful. I see that it gathering every stuff.
The crit damage percentage, depending on your character, you will most likely want the crit rate percentage or the crit damage percentage on the vast majority of DPS in the game. And when it comes to the secondary stats, depending on the Echo class, you're looking at for the common class has a flat HP, secondary stat, elite class has the flat attack, and again, Overlord and Calamity both share the same with a flat attack. This is not a percentage, this is a flat number.
Yes, flat
Echo
attack.
substats are randomly generated every time you upgrade it.
I heard that this one is one of the best. I don't know yet. I hope he will talk about it.
By 5 levels, and the substats can be the same as main stats. The list of possible substats are flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, crit rate percentage, crit damage percentage, basic attack damage bonus percentage, heavy attack damage bonus percentage, resonance skill damage bonus
there is heavy and
or resonance liberation damage bonus percentage. When echoes are leveled up, the main or primary stat bonus increases with each level. Alright, so the next mechanic we have is tuning. Tuning is what actually allows you to unlock the substats on the echoes. Again,
tuning is leveling up. Okay.
And every 5 levels, the echo gets you a new.
So let's say it's the same as like Genshin and MiHoYo. Each 5 levels you have a new substat. I don't know if you can level up the same substat after like 25. Yeah, probably. Like if you get like a 5-star Echo and you have all the substats, each 5 levels you will probably level up one substat like here.
Subslot, depending on the rarity, up to a cap for legendary at 25 for 5 total subslots. You should only be using your tuning materials on echoes that rolled the perfect main stat, as tuning materials will be relatively scarce. Alright, so again, this is another system that sounds more confusing than it actually is. Unlike games like Honkai Star Rail that you
Yes, but I feel like this system, even if it's confusing, it can be like a main mechanic that will differentiate the game from Genshin.
Automatically get the substats when you level up your item. In Wuthering Waves, you will actually have to use an item to unlock the substat. So when you put 5 levels into it, you do not immediately get that substat unlocked. You will have to use a tuning item, which depends on the rarity level of the echo, and they all have different items to use depending on the rarities. And just to emphasize,
so you can have a level max echo but not have the substats because you didn't farm the tuning material.
This once more, this puts a huge focus on only tuning the echoes that have the perfect main stat you want to use. That way you are not wasting materials, because
so in other words, if you have like an echo that you want to level up for the main stat and you have like limited tuning material, you can level that one and use the main stat, but let's say in that case the main stat aren't the perfect ones. You don't spend your tuning material until you have the perfect one, then you sacrifice the first one, feed in the second, then use your tuning mats. Okay.
These materials will more than likely be scarce, and you will probably only get a certain amount of them per week for playing the game. Alright, so next up, how exactly does collecting echoes work? So collecting echoes is akin to catching Pokemon, but in this case, every time you defeat an enemy, it has a chance to leave behind its soul, in which you could absorb it, or in Pokemon terms, catch it. The drop rate and
Okay.
rarity of the echo depends on your databank level. The drop rate for echoes starts at a 10% chance,
So we have to farm way too much, but it's okay since it's not resin related.
although levels up to 20% once you level up your databank further enough. Enemies reset daily, although you can visit your friend's world to farm their monsters as well. Loot and co-op is personal, so every player in the world has a chance to get the echo on kill. You could essentially farm infinitely. Echoes will reset in everyone's
So I need friends because I need to go to each other players' world to farm.
world during the daily reset, which the time will vary from region to region. If I had to guess for the US players, our reset will happen somewhere between the midnight and 4 a.m. time frame. So what if you don't have friends? Well, luckily for you, I have a huge community of echo farmers over on my Discord who will be running constant echo hunting events for every single region. Come on over to discord.gg/lolshinya or click the link below to come on by. I'm also running a 15 battle pass giveaway over there for the release of Wuthering Waves and drawing it on May 22nd live over on my Twitch. I hope to see you there. Alright, so next we have the databank, and think of this as your Pokedex, but it levels up. Your echo drop rate starts at 10% and goes up to a maximum of 20% at level 10. Your max
Okay.
absorb rarity, meaning the rarity of the echoes that you can catch, starts at rank 2 and goes up to rank 5 at databank level 15. You can only obtain echoes one rank below your cap, meaning if your cap is rank 4, the lowest you can receive is rank 3. That way you're not able to catch any garbage once you get your rarity up to level 5.
Oh, that's nice. Like if you have the maxed out your data bank and you catch stuff, you will not have like the level 1 echoes, which is nice. That's fantastic.
As you can only catch downwards of level 4. This means no rank 3 or rank 2 monsters will be able to be captured once you get to a specific level. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, echoes are going to have shiny variants, which don't do anything
Oh, there is shinies.
for you combat and are strictly aesthetic, but I know how crazy you Pokemon shiny hunters are out there, and I know you guys are going to be obsessed with this. And to reiterate, even though I said it
I will not be obsessed with this. I will spend days and days looking for the perfect. Oh my god. Imagine hunting for a shiny one with the perfect stats and the perfect substats. That can take months.
earlier, you start with a 10 echo cost limit, but this goes up to 12 at databank level 9. This will be extremely important as unlocking all of those 5 slots to put all of your echoes in will be the vast majority of your power on your character. Collecting unique echoes and rarities is how you're actually going to level up your databank. And finally, within the databank, we have the Sonata Gallery, which shows all the set effects of all the echoes and which echoes can have which set effects. Not all echoes
Okay, that's actually really helpful to have this kind of informations given to us.
can have each different set effect. Only specific echoes
I hope they will like increase the number of echoes completion, like even if some aren't super good but the shiny is cool or something, that can be really nice.
will have specific set effects, which means you can focus on the echoes you want to farm for
No, you can't use the Masuda method on Wuthering Waves. Sadly, you can't breed them.
specific set effects. Each set has its own personal element, as well as healing, energy regen, and flat attack for a total of 9 different set effects. And the following set effects are currently in Wuthering Waves. We have the Glacio set effect, Freezing Frost. 2 set increases Glacio damage by 10%, 5% increases Glacio damage after using a basic or heavy attack. For Fusion, we have Molten Rift, which increases Fusion damage by 10%, and after using a Resonance skill at 5 set, increases Fusion damage by 30%. Next up, we have the Electro set, Void Thunder, which increases electro damage by 10%, and for the 5 set, after using a heavy attack or resonance skill, the electro damage is increased by 15%.
I will not I will not choose from the web event anyone until I know what character I will play. I don't like waste my chance to have something good.
and it can be stacked twice for 30%. Next up, we have the arrow set. Sierra Glare increases arrow damage by 10% on 2 set, and for the 5 set, when using the intro skill, arrow damage increases by 30%. Next up, we have the Spectro set. Celestial Light. 2 set increases Spectro damage by 10%. The 5 set, when using intro, increases Spectro damage by 30%. We have Havoc Eclipse. 2 set increases Havoc damage by 10%, and the 5 set, after using a basic or heavy attack, increases Havoc damage by 7.5%,
Oh,
stacking up
that's
to 4 times.
they
And
they
finally,
they have approximately the same
for
effects.
the non-specific elements, we have Rejuvenating Glow, which the 2 set increases healing bonus by 10%, and the 5 set, using the outro skill, the attack of the entire team is increased by 15%. Next up, we have Moonlit Clouds, which is the energy regen set. 2 set gives a 10% energy regen increase, and the 5 set, after using the outro skill, the next resonator on the field gets a 22.5% increase in attack. And last but not least, we have the Pure Attack Percentage
Oh, it still has
Resonance,
stuff.
where the 2 set increases attack by 10%, and the 5 set, when on the field, attack increases by 5% every 1.5 seconds,
I
stacking up
think
to 4 times.
this is the one I will probably farm the most. I'll be right back. I need to close the window.
So at the end of the day, echo farming will be the true endgame of Wuthering Waves, and I foresee people spending dozens upon dozens of hours farming echoes to get the perfect substats. Please play responsibly, as this game isn't going anywhere. I obviously cannot control your own personal enjoyment out of the game, but I would advise attempting to min-max every single aspect of it. You're just gonna burn yourself out. And that's it. You're now a master of Pokemon.
No. If it don't require any resin, there is no waiting. I will spend nights on this.